So rejecting or following Jesus is the most important decision that a human being will make on planet Earth. And why is it so important? Because the decision to put our faith in Jesus has eternal consequences. And the decision not to put our faith in Jesus has eternal consequences. Jesus put it this way in John chapter 5, verse 28. He said, "Do not marvel at this, for an hour is coming in which all who are in the tombs will hear His voice, and they will come forth." And He talks about this in Revelation chapter 20. Everybody will be gathered together. He will come forth. Those who did the good things. What are the good things? This is the will of the Father, John chapter 6, verse 40, that whoever beholds the Son and believes in Him has everlasting life. That's the good thing. That's the purpose of life. Those will come forth to a resurrection of everlasting life. But those who committed the evil, in John chapter 16, verse 9, which we're going to look at in just a second, the ultimate evil is refusing to believe in Jesus. Those who refuse to believe in Jesus will be raised to a resurrection of judgment. And you know what will happen there in Revelation chapter 20, verse 15, talks about the lake of fire. So choosing to put our faith in Jesus Christ changes our eternal address. We're now headed to heaven instead of hell. And most people think, and that would be 70% of the world, that this is absolute nonsense. Putting your faith in Jesus is absolute nonsense. It's just a fairy tale. It's improbable. It's impossible. It can't possibly be true. But do you know there were unbelievers in Paul's day as well? There were unbelievers when Jesus was on earth. And here's what Paul said to them, 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 18. He said, "For the word of the cross is foolishness to those who are perishing, but to us who are being saved, it is the power of God." And Jesus described the mindset of those who are being saved this way. Matthew chapter 18, verse 3, He said, "Truly, truly, I say to you, unless you are converted and become like little children, you will not enter the kingdom of God." And remember in the Greek, that's for emphasis. You absolutely will not enter the kingdom of God unless we become like little children. Well, what does that mean? You know, childlike faith is an amazing thing. And if we could remember, it would be an amazing thing to be 3 or 4 years old again. And you grab your mom or your dad's hand and they say, "Come on." You go, "Okay, let's go." Where are we going? Doesn't matter. We're just going. Wherever you're going, Mom and Dad, we're going. "Okay, well, jump, I'll catch you." "Okay, because I know you'll catch me. I'm not worried. Will you catch me or not?" Childlike faith is total trust. It is a life with no worries. It is a life filled with joy. You're not worried about paying the bills. You're not worried about changing the flat tire on the car. The disciples had childlike faith because they didn't understand, but they stuck with Jesus. They hung on to Jesus. They stayed with Him. Even after He'd been crucified, they were still strong in their faith. They had childlike faith. And these men made a decision that they were going to believe and follow Jesus. They made that decision. Faith is a choice. Faith is a decision. And we all choose, every single one of us choose to put our faith in Jesus or not. The other side of that coin is ABJ. I've come up with an acrostic, some letters, ABJ. And that stands for anything but Jesus. Anything but Jesus. There's either Jesus and there's everything else. And people choose to say, okay, the philosophy of my life is going to be making money. The philosophy of my life is going to be famous. I'm going to be rich and famous. I'm going to have a lot of property. I'm going to, whatever you can think of. Some people put their philosophy in science. They say science is the answer to everything. Science can answer everything. If it's not science, then I'm not going to believe it. The problem with science is this, and this is not my original idea, but the problem with science is that science can tell you what the ingredients of the cake are. What are the ingredients of the cake? Science can tell you that, but science has no clue why you made the cake. They have no clue. Science can observe that the universe is here, but science has no clue why it is here. No clue why people are here.